Welcome. I'd like to introduce Christopher Warning, Democrat candidate for Broward County Commissioner, District 4. Give him a round of applause.
I'm Christopher Warning. I'm running for Broward County Commissioner, District 4. One of the reasons I am running is to be a voice for the 19% of the young folks like yourselves. The average age for the commissioners in office now is roughly 40 to 45. The youngest commissioner being 36 years old. So they have no perspective of you young folks. If I get elected, I can bring the voice of all of you to the community and the commission. One of my main focus is education, tuition, cutting budgets across the county commission board for all elected staff and officials to provide more funding for that. Other than that, I believe you guys have some questions for me?
Well, first of all, Mr. Commissioner, I would like to ask on a major issue that the county faces right now, which is gun control. What is your stance on gun control, Mr. Warning?
That's a great question. My stance with gun control is I believe that there should be common sense gun legislation passed. There should be background checks for anybody that wishes to own a firearm and carry a firearm.
Do you believe handguns should carry more than 6 bullets or be limited?
I believe handguns specifically should be limited to 15 rounds. Assault rifles should be banned within the county limits. This is a county that's primarily a city. There's no reason to have an assault rifle in Broward County.
So would our county be better off without guns?
Not without guns altogether, but there's no reason to have an assault rifle with 100 rounds in a county that your neighbor's, 50 feet away.
Well, what are your plans on, as commissioner, for the gun control issue?
As commissioner, what I plan to do for gun control is make county ordinances to control assault rifles, to control the amount of bullets that are allowed to be carried within the county. We're still going to honor permits to carry. We still have to honor state and federal laws, but for the county itself, I believe that there should be ordinances to control the guns.
Okay, well, based on the Second Amendment, what do you believe was our intention, our forefathers' intention on the Second Amendment, and should it be amended?
The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, right? For the average citizen to own a firearm and carry a firearm. It should be amended to the fact that somebody with a mental illness should not be allowed to have that right. As you've seen in previous incidents with Columbine, the Aurora shooting, Sandy Hook Elementary, those incidents there are reasons that somebody with a mental illness should not have the right to carry a firearm.
Well, Mr. Commissioner, some might argue that the reason the Second Amendment was placed was to protect us from the government. So my question to you is, do you believe that limiting the public's weapon inventory could possibly be a threat to our liberty against the government?
No, it's not going to be a threat because that's what we have the military and law enforcement for.
Okay. Mr. Commissioner, well done.
Mr. Commissioner, my question is in the education category. What are your plans for students that cannot afford bank loans?
That cannot afford bank loans?
Yeah.
Great question. I believe the county, like I said previously, the county should be cutting budgets across the board. That goes for commissioner salaries that are currently $92,000 a year, to sheriff salaries. Sheriff's arguing that he wants a 14% budget increase, yet he's terminating or eliminating positions. If he wants that budget, I think his salary should be cut before he gets any money. Same with the tuition or education for bank loans. We should make it easier for students within the banks that work with the county itself to make it easier for students to get the student loans. Also, with the money that we're getting from the budget cuts, we should be providing grants, scholarships from the county itself for students that cannot afford college, that have trouble, financially getting through college.
Okay, I have a second question here. If you cut the cost, but that's still not enough, do you plan on taxing big businesses?
I do not plan on making any taxes or raising taxes to do this. The cuts, with the money we get from the cuts, is what we have to work with.
Okay, and I have another question here, and this is from Angelica. Okay, and she wants to know, what new laws do you plan to implement that will punish high school dropouts?
Another great question. High school dropouts, it's on a case-by-case situation. If you drop out because you need to help support your family, you need to get into the workforce immediately, there's certain stipulations that we could put you through a GED program. However, if you are dropping out of school just to be lazy and do nothing with your life, I feel that your license should be revoked if you have it, and if not, you should not be able to get your license till you're at least 21 years old, unless you get your GED or diploma before then.
Some might view your decisions as harsh. What is your response to such citizens?
If people think that that is harsh to allow an uneducated person behind the wheel of a 3-ton vehicle, deadly weapon nonetheless, why would we do that? Put some uneducated person behind the wheel when we have people fighting overseas that are 18 and can't get a permit to carry a weapon here. They're trained to use these weapons, yet we're not letting them get a license to carry until they're 21. But we're going to give an uneducated person a driver's license for a deadly weapon.
Okay. Well, Mr. Commissioner, what is your stance on immigration, if I might ask?
For immigration?
Yeah.
There's a proper process for that should be followed. As it's not very known in the general public right now, but if an illegal immigrant comes to the United States, as it is now, and they are facing deportation, if they voluntarily go back to their country, paying for themselves to go back, they can have the eligibility to come back and get legal citizenship within the United States. However, if they do not wish to voluntarily deport themselves, we deport them at your taxpayers' money to send them back with airfare, hotel, whatever it needs. Once they get back to their country can deny them. And then they get sent back here on your dime, and we have to put them in housing or jail till, proper channels are followed to get them sent back or their citizenship. That's not right, using your tax money to pay for an illegal alien.
All right, well, Mr. Commissioner, any last words to persuade your voters for you as Commissioner of Broward County District 4?
Just like I said in my introduction, I'm trying to be a voice for the 19% of the youth population in Broward County. That's my goal. I want to be a voice for you guys. And that's basically all I have. I'm going to open it up at this time for the audience to ask any questions.
If you're right for education, how's your stand on immigration and the dreamers?
What was that?
How's your stand on immigration and the dreamers, the people that have been here for all their lives and they can get their citizenship and they have the right to go to school and they want to go to school?
But they're not a citizen. How have they been here these many years?
Their parents were illegal and they just came legal.
Then they should follow the proper channels to get their citizenship. If they have to go back temporarily to their country, you're gonna allow illegal immigrants to be here. So that's okay for somebody to be doing other illegal activity within the country. If we're gonna allow illegal immigrants to be here.
You actually can go to school, go to college, you can have green card. You don't have to be citizen.
card is a legal form of being here, so that's okay.
Yeah.
That's provided by the
People in
government.
college today,
That's
have
totally
green card.
fine.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed your presentation and somebody would be interested in voting for. You lost me in one point, sir. Your clarifications and stipulations on mental health. In your presentation, that would lead me to believe, thank God I already have my concealed weapons permit, because after I suffered a traumatic experience and suffered postpartum depression, that would disqualify me from getting my concealed weapon permit or owning a gun under your laws of no mental health.
I never said that there would be no mental health. It would be based on a background check, and you would have to go through a mental health screening.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought I heard you say, sir, that if you had any mental health issues, you would not be allowed, like Columbine and such.
Like those incidents. However, there would be stipulations for mental health cases.
I'm glad to hear the stipulations, thank you.